It was Mother's Day. A 9-year-old boy just wanted to find golf balls. He never came home. May 8th, 1966. Bethesda, Maryland. A quiet suburb where kids roamed freely, biked to friends' houses, and played until the streetlights came on. Nobody locked their doors. Nobody watched the clock. Parents didn't worry. They didn't have to. Stevie Johnston was 9 years old, a third grader at Radnor Elementary. That Sunday morning, after church, he slipped out of his house on Fairglen Lane and headed toward the Kenwood Golf Course, just a quarter mile away. A normal thing, a harmless thing. But Stevie never made it back. By nightfall, the neighborhood knew something was wrong. Police, firefighters, neighbors, searching through the dark, calling his name, hoping. And the next morning, a fireman found him, just 150 feet from a trail crossing, less than a quarter mile in it from his own front door. Stevie had been attacked in the most brutal way imaginable and left with fatal wounds. But the marks beneath his fingernails told investigators one thing: he fought back. The Washington Post ran it on the front page the very next day. Police hunt knife slayer of 9-year-old Bethesda boy. The neighborhood was never the same. The innocence was lost that day, his half-brother Sam later said. No longer could kids leave their house and go a mile away by themselves. Everyone was looking over their shoulder. It was a very scary time. For months, investigators chased every lead. Their first major suspect, a teenage outcast from down the street, had tried to fake an alibi. He backdated a letter to make it look like he had been away at boarding school that Mother's Day weekend. But he had not been away. He had been right there, in Bethesda. He was eventually cleared, but the damage to the investigation was already done. Then in 1967, the case went cold. But here's where the story gets even darker. That same year, police quietly detained a local man for committing crimes against a child. What they discovered was chilling. He matched a composite sketch, built from the descriptions of multiple young victims, all pointing to the same attacker, the same method, the same face. His shoe size matched a footprint cast found at the scene. He carried a blade and with the exact same dimensions as the weapon that killed Stevie. Multiple victims, same method, same man. They had him. And then they lost the evidence. Biological evidence, a footprint cast, key physical proof. All of it gone. Because back then, detectives stored evidence in personal desks, lockers, car trunks, even their own homes. No proper storage, no chain of custody, just gone. No charges, no trial, no justice. The way evidence is handled now is completely different from 40 or 45 years ago, a Montgomery County police sergeant later admitted. If this case happened today, it would be solved without question. It was not until 1994, nearly 3 decades later, that Stevie's half-brother Sam investigated the case on his own and finally learned the truth about the prime suspect, a man who, as of 2015, was still alive, still free, a registered offender, walking among the public. In 2015, Stevie's older sister Lisa published a book called Flying Shoes, part memoir, part reckoning, built around her brother's story and the investigation that failed him. And she made one thing very clear. The family wants justice. They want the case pursued. They want this man held accountable. And here's the part that stays with you. In Maryland, there is no statute of limitations on murder. If even one piece of surviving evidence can be found, this case can still go to trial. Stevie Johnston was 9 years old. He went out on a sunny Mother's Day morning to find golf balls. The man believed to be responsible may have lived an entire life free, and the case is still open.